Hi, my loves. How are we doing? All right, skeletons are finally coming out of the closet. Okay, so I'm really going to let my guides kind of lead the way with this reading to see where is this going to go. And I'm going to warn you, this may be messy and this may be triggering. So, per usual, I go long and detailed for a reason. So, if none of this applies to you, sits right with you, you don't want to hear what I have to say, that is okay. I will be back some other time. But all day, I've just been picking up collectively a lot of like a liar, liar, pants on fire, seven of swords energy, just very sneaky, concealing. That's what I'm saying. This kind of feels messy, but again, with this collective, I'm kind of feeling again skeletons are coming out of the closet. So, what is going on? What is happening? What is something we need to know? Okay, so I got divorce and gold digger. Let me just do two more for the top spread. Okay. So then I got, wow, communication, pregnancy, let go. You could be pregnant. I could be talking to somebody. You could definitely be pregnant. You could have children with this person, but this is clearly somebody you're in separation with. With that divorce, for some of you, you could have literally been through a divorce or in the process of going through a divorce with someone. But even then, you're currently like experiencing literally a breakup. That was your first card that came out. Okay. And here's the thing with that. This is going to teach you, I'm going to be blunt with this collective right off the bat. This is really going to teach you to let this person go. Because again, skeletons are coming out of the closet. I've been tapping in collectively a lot of, signs right now as far as like something without knowing something. Okay, but I'm also hearing that could be a skeleton that may come out of the closet is somebody may be pregnant here. Pregnancy clearly is very significant with this collective right here. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you right now. They're trying to close a door for you. And again, there is some things that may need to come out in order for you to completely release this. But this is somebody I definitely feel like for a lot of you, you were, even if you weren't married to this person, you were definitely in a long-term commitment with this person. This is definite. You've had history with them. Okay. Do not make that. I don't think this is somebody you met for like 2 weeks, took off, and it broke off quickly. This is for a lot of you. I'm hearing you could have lived with this person. There could have been plans about pregnancy. Like I said, if pregnancy, but let me confirm. Oh, I got yes at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Yeah, but luck is on your side. Like I said, this may be a painful ending, but they're literally saying, it's kind of like rejection's your protection right here, but distance. They're trying to get you away from this person. Let me see more about what's going on. Please, narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves. If we're going to be, and again, like I said, I do not make these details fit. If this is not you, that is okay. I will tap in, of course, like how do you feel about this person? But I feel like this collective, you're definitely having a hard time letting somebody go. I think you're a collective. You've took a lot of behavior, a lot of nasty behavior from this person for too long. And it's like you're still finding a reason right now to hold on to this person, to not let them go. And especially if you do, I don't usually tie this card to actual narcissism, but if you really are starting to look at your person or the person you're attached to as a narcissist, it's very easy on the outside to tell people, well, just let them go. No, narcissism, it's like an addiction in a lot of ways. And especially if you were involved with this person for a long time, and if you were told over the years or months that you can't do any better if you have nowhere to go, or, blah, 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 or maybe this collective, I'm sorry, trigger warning, but if you actually don't have like a support system besides this person, it's not easy for people to pack their bags and leave. And especially if there is children involved, I understand that is not an easy thing to do. But at the same time, this is going to be a deep reading of this collective. You got to put yourself first. This seems to be a reading of you got to move on with your life. You deserve better. Skeletons are coming out of the closet, meaning it's kind of going to get to a point you have no choice but to let them go. And again, I feel like this collective already, you're in this mind frame of, they're not the greatest person for you, and it's specifically with this person, I feel like they've lied to you a lot, okay? Especially with that, I want your money and being used in communication. They were not honest all the way with you. And let's be real, that is a form of narcissism, especially if they were doing things behind your back, or gold digger in this case, if they were like, literally for some of you, they took money from you or used you for your money. That is a form of narcissism, especially if they never took accountability for it. But I think that is something this collective, maybe you are hoping for. Oh, is commitment. As I said, that you're hoping for a commitment. Yeah, you could be in the process. That's what I'm saying. You guys could have lived together at one point. You could be in the process of moving out. I think this collective, you're hoping for a turnaround. Confession. I'm telling you, and if you're not pregnant, I feel like somebody could be pregnant here. This reading immediately will be a giant trigger warning. Please do not make these details fit, okay? But yes, cycles, something is ending, but something else is beginning. Something is coming out to light. And again, confession, that confirms it right there. Let me do one more to confirm this, and then we'll break down but I think this collective, you're wanting a commitment, but that's even, sign alone that you were in a commitment with this person. Let me do one more. Okay, and then I got water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is a typical, I guess, narcissistic behavior that's coming up. The moment they know you're trying to move on, they're going to come back and try to see if you're going to stay put. Let me make this clear. I'm not picking up like anything like physical. I feel like this person I will say this with the water sign, they've definitely emotionally manipulated you for a long time. And this confirms it right here. There's emotional manipulation. As far as I'm kind of hearing, and I feel like this person's done this before. This isn't like their first rodeo with, you. They've always done yes, I've done this, but I won't do it again. Or I love you. They've always covered it up with I love you, I love you, I love you. And you fell for it every time. There was heavy love bombing here. But we're going to break down what is this confession that is coming. And again, you're not going to like it. I will say this, you're not going to like it. All right. To really confirm it this year, reading, I'm going to see how is this collective you are currently feeling about this person right now. I'm actually with this reading, I'm going to do tarot. I'm actually, for some reason, being drawn to my doggy. Your deck right here, you're very loyal. Like I'm hearing a golden retriever out of this collective. You could be loyal like a dog. But let me see, how is this collective, how are you feeling towards this person? All right. How is this collective feeling towards this person? Oh, please and thank you. Let me just start with 2 cards. Okay. The Sun, I'm telling you, Knight of Cups, I do not make it fit. No judgment zone here. This collective, you're hoping this person would change around for you, that they will promise you that the exposure coming up is that they love you. They're going to give you something to offer, that they're going to choose you. They're going to give their heart to you. You still love that. I think you are still, that's where something is going to be exposed and you're not going to like it because I'm sorry, you're still in la la land when it comes to this person, but I love them. We've had amazing times together. This is definitely a collective. I'm sorry you're not looking at what this person has put you through, which is emotional manipulation. I think this person has done some crazy things behind your back and they've always disguised it as, but I love you, or I did this because you didn't do this. And I need this collective to understand what you put up with was narcissism. But again, if this year, I think you kind of are exposed to that, but you're still doing that, but I love them. And again, like I preached about, it's not easy just to get up and leave. And again, if there is children involved, but this is a message of your self-worth. Do not be I'm hearing like one of those partners that looks back on their life and be like, I should have left no matter the risk. You're afraid of the risk. Page of Swords, that's what I'm saying. You're going through a lesson right now when it comes to this person. But I think that you keep, again, hoping and watching that this person would make a turnaround for you. Eight of Wands are, again, this is how you feel about them. Don't make it fit. Four of Pentacles in reverse. I don't think it honestly has hit this collective yet of what this person has put you. Then I got the Chariot in reverse. And it's sad because I think this person is really in their own way over time made you believe that you couldn't do better, you can't find better, or you can't make it on their... There is something with this Chariot in reverse. That's about leaving the materialistic world behind. You're refusing to leave this person behind. Baby, I got to give you that speech. There is more to life, I'm sorry, than your shitty wife or your shitty girlfriend, shitty husband, boyfriend. I don't care what this person is labeled as towards you, okay? This ain't it. I think with that Knight of Cups energy, because that's how you look at them, is a little bit of a Casanova. I think you do look at them as charming and beautiful and eccentric and different, when in reality, as bad as it sounds, with all this energy I'm reading so far, with all due respect, I think you made them special. I don't think this person's that special, especially if there was manipulation involved. I think the only thing that's been exposed to you about this person, I have a weird feeling there was infidelity involved. I don't know if this person has, and especially if there was pregnancy being involved, I'm just saying, I don't know if this person's had a habit. Let me confirm this Knight of Cups. I think this person has had a habit of doing some sneaky things. 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, they were giving their cup to other people while you were together. And for a lot of you, you could be aware of that with the Sun in reverse. Now, as far as giving their other cup to other people, there could have been straight up physical involvement, or whether you've caught them being in communication with other people, like doing stuff on their phone, regardless. But this collective, again, don't make it fit. You've always blown it under the rug. You could have been mad at them for a couple weeks or a couple months, but you've always taken them back. With that 8 of Wands, no matter what. That's where I'm saying there's a reason I was drawn to my doggy deck for this collective. You were loyal to this person no matter what. Loyalty needs to get shut off. I'm already jumping to the outcome on this one. This is a reading of you got to know your worth. You can do better. But how you feel about this person, like I said, with that 10 of Pentacles, like I said, they in reverse, they gave you a home, but they didn't. They never made you feel safe. That's where I'm saying you could, and that confirms it. You could have lived with this person. You could have really had a husband, wifey lifestyle going on. But man, they never, on the outside, I feel like you guys look like that. But what was going on indoors? I think this person was always talking to other women or men or meeting up, or just sketchy things were clearly going on. And again, you are aware about it. Let me confirm the Sun. 4 of Swords, but they would always, this person would always put you in a mind ache. Why won't they choose me? Baby, you gotta put yourself first. Like I said, for a lot of you, you could be in the brinks of, like I said, separation right now, or the process of moving out. But like I said, you're clearly still in a mind ache over this person. And I think what you're hoping for is a turnaround. Delulu, I'm sorry, is not the Solulu. Somebody who goes out of their way. Because so far, what I'm surprised about, with as much as, like I said, we got narcissism and lying, I don't see a 7 of Swords. Makes me curious if this person didn't keep it a secret that they were doing some crazy stuff behind your back. They kind of made it always known to you. There seems to be blatant disrespect here. 8 of Wands. Oh. 3 of Pentacles. You're hoping for a collaboration out of this person. Yeah, expansion. Ugh. The Chariot in reverse. The Devil. King of Swords. You want to know what's seriously blocking you from moving forward with your life is this mofo right here. The biggest thing, like I said, and like I said, do not make these details fit of how this person treated you. I think they were either, like I said, sneaking off, which is funny with this Three of Pentacles, because you see how this dog is like sneaking over like the wall there, and these two are kind of keeping guard. That could be a situation too, is like maybe there was drama of like also friendships or other people kind of knowing what your person was up to, and they were protecting this person. That's another skeleton I feel like is coming out of the closet, is maybe people that are close to you is protecting this person. But regardless, whether this person was actually sneaking out and meeting other people or on their phone, I don't care. You know about it. This has been exposed. And I think what you've always done with this person is just stay until you hate them because of maybe certain circumstances that you can't just pick up and leave, like I was ranting about earlier. But now, again, this is hitting the right collective right now. You have the means to leave. At this point with the Devil, it has come down to you are complete in limerence over this person, complete obsession over this person. The little, and I brought up a reading like this not too long ago somewhat, of the limerence is the little attention they gave you at one point. You never got that kind of positive attention before, so you crave it out of them, when in reality this person gave you gunk. When I tell you, I feel like you were with the worst person ever. You were literally with the devil from the Bible. That's kind of where I feel like you are with. I think you know that this connection is toxic. I think you know that this connection is not healthy at all. But you still have potential. Baby, potential will always be the biggest killer for anybody, okay? You could stay and hope that this person will finally treat you right and, you know, not choose other women or men over you and not have weird dating sites, which could be another sign maybe that was something that got exposed. Again, I'm hearing that this stuff was exposed at one point, but you've had a hard time leaving. Whether I'm hearing you found a dating app for some of you. But that's where I'm saying right there, like say you could stay and hope this person would change their mind about you, or you can leave. Even if you, and I feel like that is a big risk with that Ten of Pentacles. I feel like that you lean on with this person is if I leave, I have nothing, including maybe material things or money. You'll be left, you feel like you'll be left out of something. Left out of help. And especially with that Three of Pentacles, if you guys did live together and if you guys, you know, if this person kind of did help out with the bills and, you know, in a way, you know, but I did say at the beginning, this person could have really took advantage of like your money or your necessities in a way. Maybe this person's always used you in a way for money or a place to stay, or they could have always pulled the, well, let's live together so it could help with the bills. And if that's the case, as bad as it sounds, that's a red flag because it makes me curious if this person didn't really want to move in with you. I'm sorry, trigger warning, because they loved you and wanted to be closer with you. I think they really wanted to move in because it would be easier bill wise. This Three of Pentacles was something I feel like this collective you reflect on this person. You feel used clearly with the Devil. You need to let this person, I'm sorry, but this reading is coming up again. I'm going to get into what your guides obviously want you to do with this, your reading so far, but this is not, yeah, babe, they're going to stop cheating on you. No, I don't think they are. But now let me see how this person feel about you. I'm going to switch decks in this case. Smoke's coming towards me, sign. Let me see how this person feel about you. This will be interesting. How's this person feeling about this collective? Please and thank you. I'm just going to do 4 cards. I got 3. 4. How they feel about you. 7 of Cups, the Star, 7 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. And then the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. When I saw that Seven of Cups, that's when I was like, I knew it. This is literally somebody who's treating you like an option. I'm going to be blunt right off the bat. If you're having an intuition, oh my God, are they with somebody right now? Yeah, they are. I'm telling you right now, if your intuition's leading towards are they with somebody right now? They are. However, again, you've been back and forth with this person. This person's done this to you before. And again, they're in this mind frame with the Star energy and the Seven of Pentacles. They're in this mind frame that in a way that you'll eventually take them back. With that Queen of Swords energy, it's kind of like, yeah, they'll be upset with me for a while. But with the Seven of Pentacles, this is kind of weird energy. It's kind of like, well, we've been through, I think they're kind of in the same boat as far as, well, we've been through a lot together. They've been through with me at the worst. This will be fine. This will blow over. Let me actually confirm what that Seven of Pentacles is. Ten of Pentacles, see, they got theirs upright this time. That's where I'm saying you kind of know story is dying down. They think that you're not going anywhere. Yes, you could, I don't care whether this person like kicked you out or you moved out. I don't care who made the executive decision. They know you're not going anywhere. Let me see more about this Queen of Swords energy. King of Cups. Ten of Cups in reverse. Let me actually do another one. Person's energy is kind of, I don't like it too much. Ace of Cups in reverse. Eight of Cups in reverse. This is definitely pretty much narcissistic tendencies, because that's where I'm saying it's very, very weird. It's like 1 minute, but like we're a power couple and we've been through a lot together and they're not going anywhere, versus, I'm going to be honest, babe, they don't care. Ace of Cups in reverse to give you actually something stable. I think this is a weird possessive trait of, again, typical narcissistic behavior. They don't want to treat you properly, but they don't want to see you move on either. And that's where this person loves to play this game with you. It's like the moment they see you move, let me put to you this way. I know this collective, you're hoping for this person to turn around and give you something stable. And this is something this person's always given you, this image of that they're going to be emotionally mature. Ace of Cups in reverse, that's a lie. They never given you something emotionally to offer. I think what you've gotten it confused is this person's giving you again, I'm just not literally giving you, but you know what I'm saying? A place to stay, a home. But this person's never truly committed to you emotionally. And this person knows that. So I'm going to be blunt. Again, you've given them a place to stay. You didn't give them a home. They treated you like a hotel. They're treating other people like hotel rooms. They look at you as somebody as very emotionally mature, emotionally intelligent, and that's what they feed off of. That's what narcissists unfortunately feed off of. And that Queen of Swords energy, I feel like, is trickling out of you, because again, this collective, as much as you're hoping for a 180 to flip between you and this person, again, you're kind of coming into this awareness a little bit of, my person's not a good person. I got to set up my walls. I got to set my boundaries. They know that, and that's why they're kind of coming in. Again. Let me see about the Seven of Cups. What is really going on? How they feel about you. Five of Pentacles. And I'm telling you right now, they will do it again. There's nothing here about looking for exact commitment. With this Ten of Pentacles, I'm telling you, the world in reverse, you haven't closed out a cycle with this person. That's what I'm saying. This person knows you're going to open the door for them no matter what they do, no matter what they tell you, what they talk to, you're going to open the door no matter what. That's why this feels all lovey-dovey in a lot of ways. But again, they're starting to trickle in that they're feeling abandoned from you. And typical narcissist, the moment they start to feel abandoned, just kidding, I want you back home. Hangman. Page of Wands in reverse and Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'm telling you. I'm giving you a heads up. This person has no intentions of giving you something to offer. Makes me curious if this collective, you've given them a lot financially or, again, stability wise. And I'm not going to lie, I think this person makes you, I'm going to be blunt, makes you out to be a bitch in a way, especially if you've kicked them out or vice versa, they've kicked you out. Like I said, I'm seeing every collective is going to be different on that case. They've really pointed the finger behind your back to be this evil person, typical narcissistic behavior, and to your face. I feel like this person's either a couple, they're running low on money or got nowhere to go. That's why they're coming in. That's why things feel kind of is about to get themselves kind of unstuck. Shut up. King of Wands in reverse flew out. Potster, manipulator, self-righteous. No. This King of Cups nonsense is a mask. I'm telling you, it's love bombing. It is like, I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. Ten of Swords. They only act like, and that's where you get manipulated, unfortunately. And again, a lot of this is very emotionally manipulative. Okay, but I love you. We've been through a lot together. We built an empire together. No, you didn't. You did. They fed off of you. Oh, I'm getting so mad. Quit letting them take credit off of you. Tell them to please tell this person to fuck off. There is nothing about this Eight of Wands, as I said that. Literally, please. This person, I don't think this person was like verbally a bit. They could have been, but been very smiley and tacky about it. But I'm seeing this person just mainly did things behind your back. And then come back with but I love you. There is something about this person does have an image problem. Like maybe this person does a good job of letting other people know they're like the family man. It's anything but that. A church could be significant. I don't know if there's a memory of going to like a church service with this person, or I don't know if this person has gone into church all of a sudden. I'm picking up church or a temple of some form. I will get into what is their next. I will now briefly, what is their next intentions? I don't know if they're going to pull the whole, I'm like, gone back into church, like, what is their next intentions as far as, again, you got a confession coming. What is coming out? But again, okay. I'm going to do, what are they going to, again, you got skeletons coming out of the closet. I'm going to do, what is their next intentions to you versus what's the skeletons that are coming out of the closet? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't believe a word that's going to come out of this person's mouth. That's where I'm saying that's masked. And if you really do or starting to label that this person as a narcissist, they need help. You cannot fix them. Let me make that clear right now. They'll turn around. No, they need to go get help. You need to walk away from them. Okay? And then, of course, I'll get into what does your guides want to do. But let's just see now, what is this person's next intentions? What is this person's next intentions? Four of Pentacles, I'm telling you, they're not going to actually give you anything emotionally. No. Okay. So I got Six of Swords and then Knight of Swords. They're feeling that you're planning on taking off and they're coming in with some form of emotional communication. And again, it's more to do with, I think it's going to be typical. This doesn't feel anything surprising as far as what they're trying to do. This is going to be very, I love you, please don't go. Because they literally Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. This feels you already know what they're going to do. Now, as far as timeline goes, I feel December. Because I think this collective, you're starting to get, okay, they're not a good person. They're not this. They cheat on me. This is not good. I deserve better. But again, you get your head wrapped up on this Knight of Cups nonsense. Like that came up in your energy earlier, how you see them. This should never be enough. Sometimes I love you is not enough. For the damages I'm about to tap in that were actually caught, that again, the skeletons came out of the closet, that's not love, baby. Them buying you dinner one time is not the love of your life. Them helping you out of a sticky situation one time is not love. Some people are meant to be purposes, and that's it. Knights, that is not somebody that is a masculine that's going to give you their proper attention. They're not. The biggest thing, you want to really hurt a narcissist. Again, if you want to hurt a narcissist, starve them. Starve them from your energy. The worst thing you could do to them is leave them alone. Seriously. Not give them a reaction, got a notification sign. Leave them alone. You need to leave this person alone. And again, when it comes to if there is children involved with that Four of Pentacles, you're being guided right now to save, move with silence. Do not give them literally any reaction, nothing. They're next they're going to sweeten over the pot for you. But let me see what's coming out. I'm going to switch decks again. I've been doing a lot. No. I'm feeling drawn to this Oracle deck, and then I'll confirm it with Tarot. What's coming out of this closet? I wonder for some of you, there is somebody else involved and there is pregnancy involved. Played out. Unfortunately, you got played again. Karmic friends, love triangle. I just said earlier, I think a lot of things, it's not just about this person. Because again, I think this person's done this to you before. But with all due respect, you slid it under the rug. And for whatever, it could a lot of is you may, for mundane reasons, may not have a choice. But I'm telling you right now, I said this earlier. You may find out whether it's your friends, their friends have kind of known what they have done to you. And they didn't tell you. They did not have the balls to tell you what is going on. If anything, they covered it up. Not only you were fucked over by your person, by these friends. Leave. These are not people who have your back or love you or respect you or give a shit. They do not give a shit. This is a hard healing journey and process to swallow and move forward. I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but this is not somebody that loves or gives a shit about you. Third party, this is several. Friends were involved in that part. That's the skeleton I feel like that's really coming out of the closet, is mainly people you never thought would turn their back on you or going to turn their back on you. I think your person may throw them under the bus to keep you in their life. Making it rain, focused on money, getting it. That's where I'm saying, like, you're being guided right now, especially if you're fixated on a career right now, or if you're saving up money. Focus is bad. Do not let this stop you from living your life. This is going to hurt like a mofo, but this is only 15% compared to the rest of your life, your freedom. This ain't it. Get out. Literally unbothered. When your person should doing that, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. And like I said, this person moves in silence. I've said that. Okay, this is the plan. I don't care. This person may confess to you all that they've done. They may throw all their dirty laundry out on the table, but they also may, again, I'm hearing they may throw these people under the bus. You got a lot of overwhelming things. Your job is to be unbothered. What narcissists look for is a reaction. You act crazy and a psycho. Again, this person's been labeling you as a biatch. Okay, you can't help, obviously, what people think of you, but you can control your emotions. Got a notification sign. Oh, you did that? Okay. It's okay, baby. If you need to go cry, if you need to go do whatever, don't let in front of them, let this affect you. I said infect, literally, they're like an infection. Okay. Be so unbothered right here. Okay. Again, what did I just say? You want to hurt a narcissist? Starve them. Move out in silence. Move away from them in silence. That is going to be your revenge. You crash out and do something stupid, with all due respect, you're going to look like the dumb one. And this is what they're looking forward to. I'm warning you. Fake flexing. That's where I'm saying, like, this person acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off. And that's what this person maybe has done. Maybe, as bad sounds, that's how they got you on the hook. Maybe this person also had, you know, I feel like that part's been exposed, especially if you were the one that's always took care of them somewhat financially. Not saying this person didn't help out a little bit, but I think this person's always approached themselves as they got money and they're a stable person. And in reality, they got nothing. And this is how they're able to jump from one ship to another. They used money to get a hold, and maybe that is unfortunately a lesson this collective needs to understand. Sometimes it's hard. Do not get blinded by the power of a dollar bill. Some people, that is the part I feel like you were catfished on in a ways, is this person like probably painted this image that they got money. If anything, they were broke. And there's nothing wrong with being broke, because like I said, let's be real, this economy sucks. But the thing is, why lie about it? That's where I'm saying this person has lied about a lot of things, including their finances, not to you and other people. Money don't buy, it buys happiness, but no, it don't. This is not going to buy your freedom. It's not. Kissing ass, I'm telling you, they're going to keep you in their life. They love you in their own way. They don't want you, typical, they don't want you to move on. You got to be so unbothered if you want to get out. And if it's a situation that if you don't have any kids tied to them, literally, babe, hang up the phone, block them, and never speak to them again. Especially if you do not have kids with this person, you are not tied to them, leave. That part I will kick your butt. Leave. No, you deserve better. If you have children with this person, obviously that's a different story, because again, I understand for a lot of people, you can't just pick up and leave. That part's way easier said than done. But you have to understand your self-worth. Quit being blinded by money and words. Bad habits. I'm telling you, there could be, but this person literally is a bad habit. Toxicities, I'm telling you. Hooked. You deserve a better life. You want to know what you kind of remind me of? Creativity. You got a beautiful life ahead of you and you have no idea. Have you, you know what this situation's kind of given me a little bit. Have you seen the movie? It's a Tyler Perry movie. It's called I Wish I Never Got Married, I think, the first one. You remind me of, I forget her name, where her husband is just a POS. He's just cruel to her. He's blatantly have another woman right there in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much icky stuff going on. And that was her friend, sort of. That's where I'm saying, that's kind of the messy situation I'm picking up on. But I'm also hearing you got some ride or die friends. Like that movie, you know, she had some girls in her corner too. Literally love on the brain, dreaming, fantasizing, nostalgia, legal issues. That's where I'm saying you guys could be in the process of a divorce. But that's where I'm saying you will get the love of your life. This person ain't it. This is literally like to you. That's it. Why is my hair all messy? Got me all worked up. It's Frizzball Nation over here anyways. It's all rainy and muggy. That could be a sign. It could be rainy where you're at right now. But that's where I'm saying, guys, let me do one more and then we'll move on. Crying over you, sad, hurt, upset, etc. That's where I'm saying let it hurt. Deal with the pain. Quit avoiding it by staying in a horrible situation. I'd rather choose a dangerous freedom than a peaceful slavery. Your choice, babes. But now let me get back into tarot. I'm going to get back my doggy one. What does your guides want you to do? As far as moving forward. I was thinking about another deck, but I don't think so. What is something this collective needs to hear as far as what to do moving forward, please and thank you. Okay, so I got the World, Queen of Wands, and then the Seven of Pentacles in reverse that came up, and then the Eight of Wands. Guess what? You leave the rest of your life starts right there. And Queen of Wands, you are in charge of your life. You are. You grab life by the balls and you go live what you want to do. Eight of Wands, nothing, that POS is stopping you, and they're saying you can get out of that one. You have to believe. Queen of Wands, that is my bad bitch card. Your outcome is you will glow up. You're going to boss up. You're going to recover from this. That was just a chapter in your life. It does not determine your whole life. And I feel like that is something you have been emotionally manipulated to for so long. You need to believe that. It is just a chapter in my life. This is not my whole life. Understand? But again, if I brought up earlier, if you're fixated on a career or a business, focus on that. Queen of Wands knows how to utilize pain into power. You actually know how to do that. That's where I'm saying do not crash out. Unbothered. Turn that pain into your business. What's funny is it added a sound and it said the word just stubborn. And that I feel like that's exactly how this collective is you are being very, very stubborn when it does come to your life, right? And again, and a lot of it's not your fault. Again, it's pure manipulation that's been done. But they're saying as soon as that chapter is closed, you won't go back again. You're going to start brand new. That was not your whole life. That was your chapter. That's it. Ace of Wands, brand new processes are starting right here. But they're warning you. You continue to shut down your intuition with the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, you're not going to, if you want your new life, you got to sacrifice your old one. I just said earlier, I'd rather choose a dangerous freedom, or do you want to pay, or would you rather choose a peaceful slavery? There's no gray area. It's black or white. Which one do you want? Let it hurt. If I could see you walking away from this, you could live a very beautiful life. You could literally turn your world right around here. Let me confirm that. The Wheel of Fortune. I literally just said you could turn it around. Five of Cups in reverse. But unfortunately, you're in a fight of your life. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get up and show these you don't need them. You want people in your life. You don't need them. Queen of Wands don't need nobody. Are you kidding me? 10 of Cups in reverse. And here's the thing. I kind of just uploaded a reading not too long ago that sometimes when it does involve people that we've been affiliated for a long time and we've known for years, time means nothing. Family blood means nothing. If there was betrayal there, I always say sometimes our biggest lessons come from our own family. It comes from people we've known for years or been involved with for years. Time means nothing. Family means nothing. But I'm on my own. That's where on your own is not a bad thing. That means you're free. You're looking at it so wrong. You feel like you're being kicked out or being left out alone. You're not. Judgment. Your guides are rooting for you more than ever right now. Justice in reverse. They know what they've done to you is unfair. But they can't help you. With all due respect, tell you help yourself. They cannot help you until you help yourself. Once you take that step of getting out or emotionally detaching and saying, I'm done, that's when, boom, they'll attack. Judgment will come. Heavy Libra energy. You could be a Libra. You could be somebody that really heals through music. I always say my Libras, or you could have heavy Libra placements. I always say my Libras, like you guys are really drawn to music. A lot of you guys could be a musician is what I'm hearing too, or want to be a musician. Got a notification sign. You deserve better. Save up what you need to do. But close the door. The world cycle's done. They just need you to close the door when you're ready. But again, it's not black. There is no gray area. But if you choose to stay, that's the life you're going to get. It's not going to change. They need you to slam that door. What are they going to do for you more moving forward? The High Priestess. There's that Three of Pentacles again. Move in silence. Do not let nobody know your next move. I'm looking, you know, this is beautiful because I'm looking at this Three of Pentacles because that came up, this card came up for you earlier. It's about as far as how you see this person as collaboration. And I think this is about to be you. You're about to be free. Look at what is over the horizon. You need to sneak out. And I've said, I think you got a couple ride or dies by your side. You need to go. The High Priestess, the world's in your hands. You're going to tap into the unknown, but a beautiful unknown. You're going to be free. And what's going to happen with that Queen of Wands is you're going to let nobody ever come near you like this ever again. Again, this was a chapter, not your whole life. This story with this person was never meant to beat you up or say, well, you should have done this. We all could have done things differently in our lives. We all could sit around and beat each. This is not to beat you up. This is to understand your life is right over the horizon. You have to go get it, babe. Once they see you get over that bridge and go and roam and be free, they will go attack whatever harmed you. But they can't help you until you help yourself. I hope this helped, my angel. Good luck.